Hi again. I guess this will be, I hope it will be the final recounting of what happened to me during the hard years and some of the things that, gosh, d- d- don't expect me to try to paint a pretty picture here because as I said in the earlier episodes, I should say, I didn't like how I was treated. I was, and I didn't like how you can make a petition of your own volition and get a majority of the those who are even after I'm censored, okay, even after you take away the kids' voice and the people who have built cabin in the commune and the inhabitants, not to mention. And I take up that if you're going to ignore this petition, don't ignore the voices of those who didn't want to sign because they didn't want to have any negative repercussions from the commune, from the officials. And hey, I can vouch today they didn't lie because I felt it. I really did. For many years, those people have I don't think they have. Do they have a soul? Do they know what humor is? In any case, they didn't. They didn't act as if they had. If they had a conscience, if they could think further than their own nose. So, so right off the bat, we're getting off to a good start. I'm maybe a bit extra explosive today because as I woke up and checked the headlines, our stupid government has approved, no, not approved, made it by 2027, if you don't force feed your cows Bovaer, you will be fined. This is what communist Russia does. The cows will get worse health. We will get worse health. Our sperm count is going to be further diminished. You get more people confused about their sexes because there is it's got those elements, and you're gonna get a lot of intestinal inflammation. I'll wager from what little details about this very suspect compound that is being introduced willy-nilly. Because we got to get the cows to stop farting or because of the weather. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. And what you have to perhaps take into account, it's maybe not stupid. It's deliberately. They don't want us to copulate and populate this planet. At this point, seeing a lot of the other stuff that is on vote now just before summer holidays, so you can be sure the mass media, who in any case do their best not to cover anything real at all, and if they do, skew it 180 degrees and present it as pure lies. So these things, the ramifications. If Åseral Kommune back in 2004 had done the decent thing, the people of Åseral have a voice. Their voice want to be heard. Let them present their case in front of the town council, so we know what they're actually what this is actually about. So we don't judge prematurely without knowing all the facts. No, you cast your vote. You throw away the petition. The people of Oslo has no voice. Not the kids, not the people who invest in cabins in the community. They don't have a voice, and neither do you. Like, how do you? And because they're so good at just pushing things away, like it doesn't exist. Oh, we have more important things to think about than this small petition. We don't have to. We want to ignore all facts. We want our names. Oh yeah. I'm gonna make this building here now, and I'm gonna have my name on a plaque, and that's gonna be so nice when I get old. I'm gonna be so proud of it. Are you? Are you? Are you? As I said in earlier shows, is that yes, I came from an artist background, I should say. My years spent in Oslo and out of Oslo. It must have been, at that time, I've been around 11 years, I think. I got into art school not because of my grades, but because of my skill. By popular demand, by vote. And when the school was over, we didn't get any grades or any paper at all. And because of my how my unconventional mind is built, I think I even recounted earlier when I was a kid what older people were talking about. They were so worried that the whole society was just going to turn into a technocracy where you cannot even make a fart without having a license. So I there and then sort of decided for myself that I better not. Well, let's see how much I can do uncertified in my life, and I've done quite a lot. But I'm the only one talking about it, I suppose. But I've done a lot. And if I had certification, yes, I would be able to do a whole lot more, because I wouldn't be automatically disregarded because I don't have a I wouldn't have to suffer seeing people less competent than me get their shot before me because they have papers that say they are one wild instance, and yes, I will just go from topic to and just skim over her because it's so much, and a lot of the stories I told in the 2 previous episodes. So for me, and it's been very good for me because, as I said in the first, it's like I'm really fed up with waking up every morning thinking about this, or if I wake up in the night, why did this shit happen? Even the mayor at the time, Oddmund Josland, he had signaled before he got the mayor that he would be against the building of this thing, that he wanted to conserve the building that already was there. And as his wife signed under on the petition, I guess they were in agreement. So what happened? This has been one of the questions. I also said that I never talked about this with anyone. Well, okay, with modifications. In Oslo, I have talked with it over and over with people to, can somebody help me here? Because I'm a bit out of my depth. I'm a farmhand at that time. I'm struggling to survive. I have, for the time being, I really had to abandon everything I had worked for. Everything I had achieved in Oslo, it came to none when I came to Oslo. Mind you, I believe Oddmund also was, because when, what gives? Oddmund, who was mayor, who suggested tearing down the building after having voiced he would be, one of the things he would get votes for was that he would conserve it. When he is a mayor, what is this disease? I hope there are any psychologists here watching who can explain this to me. What is it when political people get the vote? They piss on the people and there's no repercussions. Why is that? And what is it that is so so fine and upstanding and glorious that it's never mentioned? This need to just go against the wishes of the people at any cost. I had him as a teacher when I went to school when I was a kid. I had him as a gym teacher, and as I am still in very good shape today, I think he must have been a very good gym teacher. He also was the one who learned me how to tie my shoelaces. It's true. I was I was more than 7 years old before I learned how to tie my own shoelaces. Late bloomer in so many ways, or maybe I'll never bloom. I don't know. Life has been so bizarre to me, and Oddmund was also the teacher I seem to recall who had when we had our last day at graduate school. He was having a so long speech where one of the things I specifically mentioned, I can recall being mentioned, is that we hope that when you get old, we wish you the best of luck now that you're going out into the big world and you're gonna get new proficiencies and go out and learn how to work, and so that you don't forget Osterald and you come back here and you make more children and we have a great time. mm? I could even take out this because I also know he's a Christian man. How much I don't know, because of how much I've learned and what. I guess they just wasn't happy to see somebody coming back from the big city, from the capital, having worked in the National Library and the Deichmanske Library, and having good report from having done so, having been on student radio for over 5 years, being a weekly host on Friday evening, along with Berg Christian Frankplatz or Roland Liefeld, big ups. We kept those radio waves supplied with great music at that time. Not to mention the DJing and a ton of other stuff that really doesn't have to figure out so much to this. And I would learn much more when I come home because of this situation that put me. Well, first of all, it derailed me. that I could not, that I would not be able to be a librarian anymore because I had the wrong opinion about. So I have mentioned this to people before, locally, bits and pieces, not everything put together, because it's so much that we even now, including the original, where I just talk about how the petition was arranged. This is the fourth installment of this. And I just meet people. So it's not the thing I want to talk about when I'm out meeting people. I consider it a local matter. And I didn't want to throw shade on the place I was born and brought up in, because believe you me, I'm plenty fond of many of the people and the place in particular. But these memories are, how would you feel? You are late 20s, early 30s, you are dead set on going out and get more experience. You're going home for a couple of months, you see your father die, and you want to be home a little bit, also to take care of mom, and also to well, things turn around pretty quickly. But my mind was there, just be there a couple of months just to get some, because of the thing I was planning to do, which came to naught, and a lot of things came to naught. So pragmatically, I've just, it's one of those lessons in life. But likely it cost me. Wouldn't I like to have children around 20 at this time of my life? Yes, I would like to have I would like to have a few, but I don't. I was everything was closed for me. Only place I could perform was in the barn. And in the silo. And I'm not saying this is a bad thing, not at all. It's very good. I think many of you people watching this would have would do you good. It's hard work, but you learn a lot of discipline, and you learn plenty of new and other very useful skills in life. Never mind that working for farmers also gives you a lot of, when you earn their trust, there's a lot of good things that come with that, I should say. But I really think I would have a good and very exciting life if I could, if I didn't have to tiptoe around all this eggshell that appeared out of nowhere all of a sudden. And when I didn't thread on any eggs, I would still get the blame for whoever else had messed it up. It's not fun. It's not fun. Not at all. Even less when it's from a place where you grew up and you're related to very much of the people there, and it's a place where you really should have no problem feeling safe. I think there's a biblical story. I know it's one, the prodigal son. But that didn't happen to me. I did not have a jealous brother. I have four older sisters. I don't think they've been very jealous of anything I've done because nobody but me have pushed me along to keep at it for so many years doing. Well, I call it art, but it comes with a lot of other things. It comes with a lot of other things. You know, as I also like to let on between the lines, even if I didn't chase certifications, it's not that I didn't study anything in my life. I've studied plenty, and that is also why it's very easy for me to talk about a whole lot of different and sometimes very esoteric topic just off the top of my head, because it's all part of the things I've been doing throughout the years. And sometimes having a title and a license and a diploma, what have you, there's no guarantee that you are fully capable of thinking or you know, higher level thinking. This must have been 2008 maybe, I believe so. I made a magazine. I've been working, one of the big projects that summer was biking, I should say something like 40 kilometers back and forth, working on a house. I was I was just signing up to paint it, but it turned out to be much more that needed to be done on it. The windows needed refreshing and hitting and sparkling, and you know, fill in gaps where the wind let's call these words, I don't know them in English right now. Caulking. I guess that's you have this and you fill in and dry it up and sand it. It was a big project and very exhaustive with all that biking back and forth. Very good for my health. So that gave me some a nice lump sum of money that I proceeded then to invest in myself, in my art. I produced magazine. Why don't I have it? I have it, but I didn't think I should have it here to show you. I don't have it here. Epsilon Biotis, you might have it. I think I made like 500 copies of that and sold it. I have one left. Mind you, but I just want to, you know, subtly show them that whether you think I'm able to do anything or not, I very much am. Here it is, an example. Because I worked for the money to make it. I wrote most of the text. There's one page I took from an old Interwarriors magazine, Samfunnsliv. This is a small comic detailing why we are in this shit. Rules and regulations demand us to be in shit. and especially when we don't have a voice to counter bad laws, bad regulations. And so far they are followed. I think a lot of the things that are likely going to be voted on the next few days before summer holiday are just plain unconstitutional, but I don't think they care. I don't think, I really don't think they know. I'm not sure even if they understand the letters and words that they are voting on, except the people in regjeringen, not the Storting. Regjeringen, that's deep state. Those people, they are their lifers, while the Storting is where people are elected, elected officials that are voted by the people to go there and represent their voice. What do you want to be considered then, stortingsmann eller kvinne? Do you want to be regarded as stupid, or would you be regarded as treasonous? Because that's really, unless you are willing to put your head out there and say what we are doing is so un-Norwegian. It's a threat to our democracy. But they are never saying that. I'm just not seeing it. I would love to see it. I would expect to see people with some love of the nation being, in our governments. But so that upset me. Not only have we have our government said that we want to make animal cruelty, or we'll fine you, and we don't care. It does not have anything to do with the weather at all, at all. No way. And I can prove it to you 1,000 times over, but it doesn't ever. Why should I? Because you're just gonna ignore it and vote with your or is it one thing I could almost also think it is they are compromised, deeply compromised. Are they walking around with I'm just staring at thought there, and I also told you sometimes if you find me uncouth, see where I've been. Are these people just walking around with electrified chastity belts that shocks them when they are about to make a decision the Svengalis behind the curtains don't want them to take? Why is the voice of the people the least heard to in a democracy? Why? I think I have such a big growing list of questions that have been unanswered since always. So the magazine Epsilon Beauties, yes, I got the money, I wrote the articles, and I did the editing, the graphical layout. I designed all the visuals, the graphics, and I called for made advertisements. I included a poster, a double-sided poster that I also made, and a CD with a mix I had made. And the CD, the printing on the CD I made basically by sitting on my ass. I made the cliche. I believe it's called, but paint on it. CD. This on. Sit on it. Oh. Out comes a nice print. It's very simple, but and then I was living up in a room in a loft. I was renting a small room. I recall all the while I was making it. I'm just gonna put this so in their face because they are these people. First of all, they're not used to see people acting. I guess with enthusiasm on doing something that is not immediately profitable, and because when you are an artist, this is also something I think the people in Oslo Kommune have totally misunderstood, is that contrary to being a farmer where you usually are you're being raised to be a farmer from a very young age, or you are being groomed but you are being groomed to be a farmer if you are the oldest son or firstborn or whatever. There's been so much in just how all this works. In my family now, it's the youngest nephew who landed himself the farm over the oldest. So that's modern times. I don't know. But then even then he knows from a very young age you will have responsibility of the farm. This is the biggest responsibility because you have you carry the highest risk because you're dealing with live animals and your own conscience, and you don't really have too many days off in a year. You have some, and it's a good life, even though it's being so undermined. Too much subsidies and what have you, and too little money because I'm not going to go into that discussion here. If you're going to be a plumber or electrician, carpenter, which is also very normal for people back home to be, yes, you are also, you know that when you are doing the work school, you are all just about guaranteed work from the get-go. Same with being a nurse or just about almost any thing you can think of. But if you do art and music, it's a very different ball game. There's no set work for you to do and go right into after work. I was never interested in that anyway. As I said, old people talking about you need a license for everything. I was happy that at Strykejern kunstskole we were not judged by our grades, and we didn't get grades, we didn't get paper. I was like, this is it. I just wanted to learn about the process of how do you make frames, how do you build canvas, harelim, rabbit glue, things I never would have. How could I have found out that on my own? It was such a nice school. We get there first school day. It's up like 2 staircases up into the air. In a door, and you come to this. I think my environment here is not totally unlike it, but this is more the home model, not the school model. And a class of what were we? I don't think we were 20 people per class, and it's just 2 classes. We were there for 2 years. Rector comes and that's no grades there. We have our study time is from 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the day. Here is the key. Give you a key. If you want to work at night, you don't have to come to daytime school. Many of our students just are here at night, and many of them work. I was there mostly at day. I would be there some evenings to do projects which demanded a bit more focus. But I like that, and also there was workshops there, so pretty much everything we did there we built up from the ground. Learned how to make glass paintings. I also got to try dabble a little bit with stone sculpting. That's maybe one of the forms of art that it would be very good if you were born to a sculptor's son. Would be a better sculptor than a sculptor's dad. I'd wager, but just because it's a lot of training in the hands and to understand the stone, as it were. Dad also was very against. He was terrified at me going to school, and I have to say, with all I have. He wasn't. I should have listened a bit to that. I shouldn't have. I wasted 2 years in what we call gymnas, allmennfaglig. I didn't really want to be there. I just wanted to go to art school. I wanted to do art, and I didn't know. What do we have these grades for this? Did you read what I wrote? Did you understand it? I don't know. No, what a paradox! Loving to study, but hating school. So Dad was in his time. He was, among other things, he was a whaler. That was very cool. Down in the South Antarctic Sea, blasting whales out of the water. He also worked in tunneling on Legsbransjen. But that was way before I was born. By the time I came to be, he was a janitor for the kommune. For the very same Åsral kommune. He operated out of Tempo moped with a side bag where he had his tools, and with what he had done, his field of operations, what he was expected to see everything is running smoothly, not just the school and the old people's home, not only the water cleaning plant and the industrial plant, but also the town council hall. I think, I believe when when he retired, they replaced him with 4 janitors. And he also was a beekeeper. He took me out doing some simple beekeeping when I was a kid. So, so already there you can get the picture of I probably have a bit above average wide spectrum of skills and proficiencies. Uh, Disregarding just from the outset. Even if I was not, I wasn't so attentive when I was young. I was mostly focused on making art. I was drawing a lot, and I was reading a lot. When I got the computer at 64, I started gaming some. But the gaming disease, it really, I really was done with that. I can recall Wipeout on, and I recall because Sega Mega Drive, Atari Jaguar was a nice box. I loved playing Doom on it, listening to Reload, Global Communications offshoot. That's a collection of short stories album, and play Doom on Atari Jaguar. It's as a sweet experience. I think music fits with the mood of the game. Tempest 2000 by Jeff Minter, of course. Those were like Mario Kart, probably one of the last games out. So then I'm 21, 22 something, and I never really gotten back to it. There's a little bit of games I can do, but the magazine Epsilon Beauty. So I basically did everything on it. Then it's a new lady of culture in Oslo, also very best in class, and not there to rock the boat. And I'm having a stand. It's before Christmas, so I'm gonna see. Let's see how this goes. Now, of course, there were people laughing. The obligatory ridiculers, they were out in force. No. You can't do it. You ain't gonna be. Wait till you're dead. Buy it when it's cheap. I'm still alive. No, they rather wait until it's expensive. But I've sold quite a few artworks over the years. Quite a few. And it's all been on my own. I've not had anything, no organization or gallery or agent or management or nothing. I except once for a 3-month period, I've not signed any what's called non-disclosure agreements, so I can talk about anything I want, really. And as I said, I'm not a man. I'm not in that funny handshakes club. Not even not in the sports society or hunting lodge or evangelical community, or I'm not a humanetiker. No. I'm not an atheist either. I definitely believe in God. I pray to Jesus. That's what I'm. That gets me up in the morning and lets me sleep tight in the night. Even through very hard times. And yes, a stream of words. This woman, who. Who was there just to have some work and get some experience. God bless her. She wasn't there to. You're working in the field of culture. Are you interested in looking my magazine? No, I'm good. No. These people have all the answers. So what use is there interacting with them? Uh, but the thing is, this is 20 years ago. It's gotten a whole lot worse now. And I think maybe that also with some urgency, even if I would like not to talk about it, because of the seriousness of what goes on out in the world, not only in Norway. I think we're all pretty much on the same ship here on this planet, and it seems our greedy leaders are willing to abandon the ship and leave us to ourselves. Just making sure we have the worst utgangspunkt of they're so evil they don't even want to give us a flying start as they are. They just want to see us done and gone. Most unfortunate. So with all that, I might make an hour more if I cannot condense what I'm going to say now into 15 minutes. But it was, and there was so much. After 12 years of this, I sort of managed to turn a very sour, bad situation into something tolerable, but things were still holding back. I might save the meat of this for another, because I better be really prepared for that. The Sauelauget, the Sheep Guild. I'd originally planned that I was going to do that for Åsvall, because Åsvall is a sheep commune, one of the largest in the country. And then I mean sheep the animal, not sheeple. But I guess you can. Though the plenty of people with a sound mind for the most part in Oslo, they're just crazy. And I'm also crazy. That's that comes from where I come from, and that I'm an artist as well doesn't help much. But I felt I'd been dealt a bad hand. I felt they were very much after me, and there was they still don't want to acknowledge that my existence. So these culprits. As I say, I have plenty of people back home that are very happy that I'm doing and have done what I've been doing. Make no mistake. This place where I am now, I said it's just over the hill. I'm back home. It's some poetic justice. I've been a garbage collector also for a few years. I've been in every cranny and nook over there. I never saw the place I was looking for. I also remember when all this started and I was really bad, down on my luck, sad. Papa had passed away, and I was. All of the people I known are in Oslo, and I'm in Oslo, and I have to restart, and I didn't get into school. Blah blah blah. I was in throwing a pity party, and by the time this happened, I had forgotten entirely about it. but it kind of when I was packing up, I went through old papers. I found like I had stipulated if what is required for me to want to do something as crazy as investing in a house. Uh, that's I want to have a place to work where I don't have to negotiate everything that I want to get done. I want to, building workspaces so it's easy to be creative. Not every dame is so happy about that. The style today is minimalism. You are not surprised to be if you come to an apartment and there's nothing on the wall. It's all white walls, and there's no books, no shelves. There's not even a note paper or a pen or pencil or anything. They're just living through their screens. Not so here. It's very much wild and in bloom. But I wanted it to be a bit remote. I want to be able to, if I want to go out and have a piss on the lawn naked, I can do it, and it's not a problem. There's plenty of places like that. But this one had something special. And it was for sale. It was not put on sale yet. He I bought it for was hoping for a price, and I added a little bit because I didn't want to get into any negotiations or if I can just get it before it's get out. So we agreed. That was the first time I was there. Never been here before. This is maybe this is God's gift to me for all the crap I had to endure, and it gave me a solid base where I could do whatever I want to do, and it's put me also. From getting a very intolerable situation to becoming something pretty good. I realized also that now I'm going to have to do a lot of hard work just as I'm about to turn a page in my own life in Oslo. I'm going to have to do this hard stuff all over again. But I gladly did. I accepted the challenge. 16,000 kroner I moved in with, and I didn't know too many people. And I was really trying to get work again. And people are just... I hear people don't know me. Plus, I have a bike. You must have a car. It's not possible with a bike. So they don't give you the opportunity, and if they give you, they give you minimum payment because they think you are just fried short in the top. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Of course I've tried talking intelligently to people all years, but because you don't look like the typical intelligence person, what comes out of your mouth comes in the air as dumb stuff. If you look and dress like a intellectual person, you can say dumb stuff and it goes in the air as smart stuff. I wrote in one of the questionnaires to the commune regarding can we keep minne? It's not about who is right, it's about what is right. I think that is kind of sums it up. It shouldn't matter how you look, or maybe even not so much how you present yourself either even. But those are just telltale. What should matter the most is always are the does the words make sense over the looks or the lifestyle? I don't know how to say, but I think you understand. So all these things were grappled with, and so many other things, so many other things. But I think it's been good now, just to talk these topics over, even if it's very ramshackle. As I said, I've never really opened up about this, not in its totality. It's been an episode here, an episode there, and people have been way too willing to just, well, these are people in authority, so they are probably right, and I am probably wrong. Even if they could just search their own mind, it's not good. So I moved over here and just restarted my life. Now, 11 years after, there's really not anything I would have done other differently. The only thing I wish is that it seems like that this is not so much we can do anything about, because even in the pandemic, I was among the people who were pretty vociferous. Don't take those experimental jabs. You're gonna regret it. And besides that, what we have always said, never again, we are doing exactly again. And med fynde. Sometimes I didn't live during the 5 years of Nazi occupation, but I think aspects of the lockdowns probably were just as harsh, if not worse, than some of the aspects of the Nazi occupation. Not the least that we are dealing with the treacherous politicians who still are going free. Why hele Solberg-regjeringen må riksrett? Yo! Get them to court while the courts... is that still a thing? I'm not sure anymore, because I read so many stories and see so much gross injustice going on, just like there's no tomorrow. And maybe there ain't. Then we're all pretty much screwed. But these people are more screwed, because nobody likes them. Nobody likes their values and what they stand for, the mess they've made. The best thing they can go is to that POS club in Davos, the WEF, and what you call it, and meet more POSs there, and have a POS party where everybody is doing what they have done best over the years. Go and who's the last man standing after? Who can stab most of my colleagues in the back? That's because that's the culture that is being promoted these days in the political arena, it seems. Unpopular opinion alert. The one who doesn't do any backstabbing, Trump. Well, all the backstabbers are on him too. Instead of again. Oh, you said something. You said something positive about Trump. You're. If you read my profile, other than just, you will see many times said that there's some really got some issues with Trump also, but by far he's doing far more good than bad. And the problems we should look at Trump for, like the digital ID, and I don't know. Maybe now I can. I'm not so mad about Operation Fast Track as I used to be, but it doesn't matter to ask questions about it. But I like that he put a cabinet together as introducing healthy food to the stores again. That's just opposite of what we do here in Norway. How about that? How about that? Politician, do you like your food to be compromised? No? So why don't you do anything about it? Why don't you use your voice? Are you always expecting people like me, who are so easy to ridicule, who is so easy to pull the carpet under the feet of, who has so little influence, really, have so small platform that it's negligible. Negligible. I don't know how to say that. I got to learn that. You are politicians. If you are an elected officials, you are there and trusted to take care of our interests, and our interests should also be your interests. Among them, that there is the food is not contain nano cables and graphene, harmful chemicals. Everything that you have introduced into the Norwegian cuisine is dangerous. I'm just so lost for words at this. You have the best opportunity, and you're even going on vote for wanting to take care of the interests of the people. And you do exactly the opposite again and again and again and again. What gives? What gives? Why don't you, you don't want to justify it because then you are addressing the problem, that it is a problem. So that is why it's always more convenient to talk about rentekutt, or we do some increment here and for small thing, and it's not good. It's not good. So anything, anyway, whatever they thought, and you also, to go on camera is something I could do when I got here. It was very awkward, a lot of growing up to do. But now I'm much more comfortable with it, I'm glad to say. But also this opportunity to, if they are going to smear me like I'm crazy, which I'm arguably I am. I don't know. But to me, a lot of the things I'm taking up here are not the least of politicians that are doing promoting suicidal policies. I think that's more mad. And if you think you can put me in a box, I move here. I show you how the box looks from outside. Right. I've done some mixes also. Uploading. Now it's Mixcloud because I didn't do video mix. And the Buddhist monk was back. So I think we recorded almost 4 hours together, back to back. Well, I selected some records and he found some records and turned into a pretty cool show, I would say, in 2 parts. But I have to go to Mixcloud to upload on because it's not a video. And Mixcloud is, I don't know what's going on with Mixcloud. I always have some problems there. I love the platform. It looks so, you know, on point for what I am doing. Yet, for many years now. Whenever I'm gonna do something, it's just comes SoundCloud. My account is full, so until I have money to buy a full subscription again, I cannot do any uploads. And YouTube only does footage with picture or video in it, so I cannot just upload the audio. And now we recorded another hour here. I think my phone is getting pretty full again. And lastly, that would be probably not gonna happen, but if it happened, I'd like to